the people who are writing PT 2026, their countdown had already begun. You must be able to groom your student in a very better way because you have been yourself a servant.
Yes. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Edge Talks, a space where we bring conversations that give you the edge you need in your learning journey. I'm your host for today, Ashmita Rekha Bora. To tell a little bit about myself, I was a civil servant with the government of Assam from 2019, where I cracked my Assam State PCS exam, till 2024, when I decided to step away from the service and start my own academy named Sandpaper. So today, I'm truly excited because we have a guest who needs no introduction. A guest whose work has shaped the civil service journey for a lot of aspirants, including myself. An economist, an author, and overall a teacher. With us, we have Shri RAMESH Singh Sir. Thank you for being with us, sir.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the session. And thank you, Asmita, for inviting me for this podcast.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for joining us. We will, today in this conversation, we will try to demystify and ease the subject of economics a little bit. And we will start with the question session. Sir, the first question that I'll like to ask you, which also was a question when in my mind when I was reading your book, that what led you to write the book that you wrote, The Indian Economy, which has proven to be the cornerstone for the preparation of so many civil service aspirants?
I see. Quite interesting question. So actually, the inspiration and the reason why I went for this book, actually, it was basically late 1980s. When my friends were taking civil services, so I saw they were normally referring those books which are prescribed for university exams. And there had been few quite popular teachers at Delhi School of Economics who had written great work on Indian economy. So one among them was basically Datan Sundaram. That was a very bulky book, and that was developed by both of their scholars for the university exam, graduation and PG. And that was widely popular across the country. That is still popular in its domain. So, and by the time I was passing out from my Delhi School of Economics campus, so I found that not only that the right book was not available for civil services aspirants, but side by side, there was a big confusion, misconceptions about economics. Some used to feel it is all about fact. Some used to feel it is all about concept. Then few used to feel that you need to only manage the current affairs, like a variety of confusion. By 1988, by 1989, I had become kind of popular among my junior friends and among seniors also, what to ask of my batchmates. So they used to drop at my home and my residence in my hostel room to have their queries clear related to economics. In the meantime, it was by the time 1991 balance of payment crisis in India went for economic reforms. So I thought I should develop a book. And imagine the seeds of the book were shown in 1991-92. And by the time it was 2006, I was going to publish a thin book from my own publication house, because by that time I was already running a publication house, Aquarian Books, which had few successful books. In the meantime, McGraw Hill came with a proposal, and they simply snatched the book from my table. This is how the book came. So the main purpose was providing only those and enough and sufficient adequate material with, you can say, simple explanation, which can help those also to understand economics who don't come from the background of economics. That was the main challenge.
Yes, sir.
By the time I was already taking classes at my own center, so I used the experience and practice of my classroom and tried to provide those things and tips in my book.
Yes,
and this is the way how this book basically was written, and it got it became quite popular within in the first edition itself, 2007, 2008. So this is how this whole thing began.
It's actually a great feat, sir. How many books do we know that have like maintained their so legendary status for the like 30
it is
years and more? That's a
it is
great,
just God's grace, or you can
yes.
say the
And your grace as well, sir. Yes.
the labor done in the right direction.
Yes. So we understood that you had like morning the day was actually what we understood from your story, that your college itself gave you the idea that you had a knack
Yes,
of
yes,
it.
yes,
So
yes,
from
yes.
your college experience and also your off-campus experience where you were teaching students, can you tell us a few gaps that you found out where, like in learning economics that students were facing?
Yes, yes, yes. Actually, the daily School of Economics is a center of advanced study, and even still it is Asia's number one center of advanced study. So there, the main purpose is, you can say, grooming policymakers and economists of tomorrow, and their focus remains on grooming into, and you can say, producing world-class teachers and academicians. Up here, the approach in civil services and the aims are quite different. Okay, it is possible that an economist who is quite popular at the campus of Delhi School of Economics, he might not be so popular if he start teaching in this exam. Who knows better than you? Okay, because the same thing, same concept, same idea, same theory of economics, they are studied differently at university level, and they are studied differently at the exam level, that particular in the bureaucratic exam.
True.
There your focus is on theory, practice. Here, your approach is not required to be academic. You are supposed to understand the concept, not as an academician, but just as an, you can say, applicator.
Yes.
You will need to apply things.
Yes.
This is the main differentiator. Otherwise, economics is same. My book is now widely referred at almost all IIMs, IITs outside India. I know because I receive mails from across the country by now, right from Tokyo to Kuala Lumpur to Washington to where not. Okay, it means that this book is being referred there also. And they ask particular query about the book, why you did not cover this thing, why you covered this thing. So I reply them, actually this book is not developed for the university exams or the course, whatever you are doing. This book was developed for the civil services aspirants of India.
Yes.
And every year the book and its contents are fine-tuned.
Yes.
To remain relevant. So this is the major differentiator. Okay. Economics is same.
Yes.
But the way we approach to the subject economics, it is quite different. Quite different.
Yes, sir. So like when we were younger in school, we were all scared of maths.
Yes.
And when we moved on to this competitive exam scenario, now we are scared of economics. So why do you think that this fear is there in the minds of students?
This is a general problem. Look, actually, this is not the problem of India only or civil service. Actually, economics is considered a very boring data-based subject. And
a lot of numbers.
It has been called dismal science also by Thomas Carlyle. But he has different perspective. The reason he called it dismal science. But the one story is that what happens, what we do to read any new thing, we buy a basic book and try to read the book and try to understand the subject. What goes wrong with economics? When non-economists pick a popular book or a good book suggested by anybody in attempt to understand what economics is. So what they come to see in the book, they see data, stories, concepts, and concepts not clarified. That creates a kind of barrier.
Yes, sir.
At times they feel economics is all about data. At times they feel economics is all about concepts, and the concept which I am not able to understand. These things emerge as kind of multiple barriers. That is why the students or the people who come from non-economics background, they consider economics very difficult. In my classroom experience, the first day in counseling also, a student always keep asking this question, sir, I have never read economics. Economics is the toughest subject for me. And I find this question and this expression from cutting across the discipline. Students who come from science background, who come from arts background, IITians, IIM, even doctors, all say same thing. Yes. But I, to cool them down, say, look, Economics is not as difficult your course as IIT was. It is not rocket science, okay? But why it became difficult? Okay, when you try to understand a concept, you read definitions of the concept time and again. But reading definition won't give you understanding of the concept. If somebody helps you to make understand the concept, or you yourself crack the nut, either way, you will find economics getting easier. In the first day of the class, I tell my student, okay, stop thinking economics is difficult. Okay, we will solve the riddles of economics like this very easily. And day by day, after a few days, a student become at ease. And they know if sir has picked a concept, he will simplify it to the extent nobody will say ki I am not comfortable with this concept. So these are few barriers, Asmita. That is why economics look you quite difficult. Huh?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, with that experience, I'll ask the next question. What are the foundational concepts that an aspirant should clear, or any student who has not come from the economics background and trying to study economics?
Yes.
Like, are there some few foundational concepts that should be cleared first before we deep dive into the subject?
Look, I will give you two answers of the same question. The first is that coming first to my class, how I teach. Huh? So in my courses, I did never take separate classes for basics of economics and in economics. I simply begin with a story. And on the main page of the discussion remains the course and syllabus. And on the margins, I make them understand economics. And first I use the term and then I clarify the term. This is the style which I follow. And now, what the beginners should do, what the aspirants should do. Aspirants should basically familiarize themselves with few concepts of economics by just going through NCERT books of 11th and 12th. There are 3 books you must be knowing.
Yes.
11th standard has got 1 book, that is economic development, Indian economic development, and 12th standard has got 2 books, that is microeconomics and macroeconomics. So
Yes.
now the issue is that those who don't come from background of economics, 12th standard book becomes very difficult for them. So what I advise them, you first read 11th standard. That is exactly what your syllabus is for UPSC, but not that much only.
Yes.
At a very higher level. Huh?
Yes.
But you get a glance. So these things are asked in the name of economics of India. Okay. But in examination, economics is also what? Global economics questions are asked on global economics. And that too quite updated. And NCERTs are outdated. So you cannot consider that this is a kind of coursework.
Yes.
But at least you will be able to familiarize yourself to what comes inside Indian economy. Yes, now
sir.
coming to 12th standard. 12th standard book, basically, I advise a student, you read this to just have a touch. What are the fundamental terms? What are the concepts? Even if you are not able to understand. In my case, when my students are attending my courses, so I tell them, you have not to read anything. Come blank, and then you go home, read my book. If my book has discussed something on this topic, otherwise sleep. When course is done, then I tell them, now course is finished. You are free to read anything and everything. You will be able to understand anything. Since I have stopped you from reading NCERT, now you can give a reading to NCERT books now. They enjoy because now they are familiar with concept.
It becomes easier.
I have analyzed all concepts. Same concepts come there. And now they say, yes, sir, now I am very comfortable with the books of 12th standard. So this should be the approach. Students also do the same thing. They should know what concepts in economics ordinarily come. Which concepts even children of school know.
Yes,
up to 12th standard. This is the reason why we advise aspirants to refer NCERT. Because at least even school children should know this much.
True, sir.
You have to know more than that.
Yes.
But that is a kind of key of key to economics.
Yes, sir. Yes. So now I'll ask the next question, sir. Sir, you have been with the UPSC prep for about 3 decades now. Like we have 30 years of experience.
It was 1995 when
1995. Close to 3 decades.
Yes.
Sir, what have you observed some changes in UPSC's approach when it is approaching economics?
Yes. Actually, the change has not occurred only in economics. The change has occurred in the overall scheme of the examination. If you have seen the documents, Asmita, they will come to know that in 2010, last time the syllabus for PT was changed, है ना? In which CSET was introduced, optionals in PT were dropped, है ना? So in Parliament, one MP asked a question to the DOPT minister. What were the reasons why syllabus has been changed? And government has announced that soon the main exam syllabus and pattern will also be changed. It was announced, which was done in 2013. Okay. Out of two, one optional was dropped, with which we are continuing even today, 2025. And now see the story. So the DOPT minister was Mr. Prithviraj Chauhan, who became after a few years Chief Minister of Maharashtra. Yes. The DOPT minister replied in Parliament that this syllabus has been changed due to three reasons. Two reasons were, one were connected to scaling, another was connected to, you can say, the pattern, the knack like of that, and the third was connected to the very theory and pedagogy on which the exam was based. He says that actually UPSC has been successfully selecting very worthy candidates for India's bureaucracy, this and that. He thanks the UPSC, but he told that actually the way world is changing and the way our requirements have changed, now we need to switch over from rote learning to application-based learning. Rote means cramming. So
memorization.
Yes, it was one of the three reasons why syllabus was changed. It means that if you have crammed everything, if you have been preparing, following the theory of rote learning, by rote, it will become difficult to qualify. Now, the method has shifted to application-based learning. Application-based learning. The things you are learning, will you be able to apply them? Okay. Up now, how I differentiate between these two things, learning? See, when it was based on rote learning, at men's level, we were writing answers, emphasis on writing. When it has shifted to application-based learning, we are not writing question. We are required to create answer.
Yes.
We are not supposed to write answers. We are supposed to create answers. And your own perception, your own understanding, these things will be at play. This is the fundamental difference. That is why you see in the PT exam or in main exam, questions are almost same. They are asked on same topics, the same economic challenges, same policy challenges, same social challenges. But the questions are now based more on your understanding.
Yes.
You are not supposed you are not supposed to play only with the facts.
True.
Now the story is that you are supposed to know the fact as well as the depth of the fact. You should understand. You should understand.
Yes, sir.
This is the fundamental difference.
That is very observable right now, and it took some time to students actually to shift from rote learning to analytical, because people were not understanding what was going on, and they were studying from the old pattern.
Now those candidates who are basically thinking kind of people, creative kind of people, their time has come.
Yes.
Their time has come.
Yes. Things have become a little easier for them, especially in these. Yes, sir. That's true. That's true. Sir, now I would like to ask you that current affairs is also a very big part of civil service prep.
Yes.
And I will really like to understand how to connect the current affairs that we find in newspaper and our economics concept. Is there a way to connect both?
This is a big question which aspirants keep asking. Now the issue is that, suppose my subject economics. So the reality is that till a student is not known what sort of things I am supposed to study and prepare for economics, you won't be able to connect economics with the current events. Suppose I am teaching in classroom inflation. So I discuss on inflation for around 5 to 6 days. And I advise a student that on inflation we can study great many things. But there is some reason, that is why I am telling you a particular kind of a story on inflation. So whatever topics and subtopics I am writing on the whiteboard, they should be your guideline. Only these things you have to study. Once discussion on inflation ended, I give them highlight of some of the PYQs and some new questions which I have created. Okay, see the questions. Try to solve this. Then and there in the classroom. And the time I say your inflation is done. Now from tomorrow, in your newspaper, whenever a news appears on inflation, it could be on any angle, any part of inflation, but my students are very much able to understand that this news on inflation is of my use. This news is not of use. What I actually wanted to tell you, Asmita, till a student is not clear about what I have to study in economics, he or she won't be able to point out what is news for me today in the newspaper. This is the challenge. It means till general studies preparation is not complete, reading newspaper doesn't help much. And what students do, they start preparation of civil services, whether they go to coaching or not, whether they have completed economics course themselves or not, they start reading newspaper.
That's true. We did it too. We did it too.
They don't get anywhere. Why I'm reading this thing? What is news for me and what is not a news for me? So I say a student in the very first class, when I ask a student after my session, anybody has any query, this question appears there. How to read newspaper? Okay, just wait. Wait.
True.
After 8 to 9 days, one of them will ask me, sir, please tell me how to read newspaper. Wait. I spend around 2 weeks time.
Yes, sir.
On 16th day, I asked them, does anybody want to know how to read newspaper? No, sir. Now, whatever we have discussed in class, you must be seeing news items appearing in newspaper. Yes, sir. So, do you know now what is important for you? What is not important for you? Very little bit news you get in newspaper for economics.
True, sir.
Main news is survey and budget. These two documents.
Yes, sir.
Main news creators are economic survey and budget. That becomes the fundamental news for coming 1 year. Then a little bit today, a little bit tomorrow, something announced by RBI, something announced by Ministry of Commerce, something by Ministry of Finance. Just have an eye on them and keep thinking, was this discussed in classroom? Yes, I need to pick 1 or 2 sentences and jot down in my diary. This is what happens. So let me conclude. It means once a student come to know what I am supposed to study in the name of environment, in the name of polity, in the name of economy, the day they start understanding what is news for me in today's newspaper.
True, sir. Very true, sir. So when I started preparing, I was also preparing for UPSC. Then I got into state and then got left out. But when I was preparing for UPSC, now I feel like a folly that I started with Economic Times. And I was like, somebody told me in the library that we are supposed to study Economic Times. It is super important.
No.
And then it took me, it shook me, and like, what is going on? What is in the paper? And now it is making sense why I was not understanding the paper at all.
You are supposed to read one national daily, not Economic Times. Economic Times, its name is Economic Times.
Yes, sir.
Economic policies, government policies appear there also.
Yes.
But they are covered in hardly, I think, 5 to 7% of the area.
Okay.
95% area are covered with business economics.
Yes, sir. Yes, true.
From where you find questions asked in PT rarely.
Very rarely.
Very rarely.
Yes, sir.
On the name of company or product, kind of that questions we find, but rarely.
I still have this whole book where I made notes of Economic Times. When I wrote my mains, I realized what a big waste of time it was.
Look, I keep reading. I keep great many things on economics. Great many things. Okay?
Yes, sir.
When time comes to newspaper, so that I remain useful on my students who are preparing for civil services, I don't purchase Economic Times. The hard copy I purchased 2 newspapers, English Daily. You must be knowing the names of those 2 newspapers.
Yes.
And rest, I am an online subscriber of Business Standard, Wall Street Journal, then Economic Times, great many newspapers.
That's for your interest, I think.
For my satisfaction.
Interest, yes.
But I make it a very clear decision. The knowledge I gain from these sources, I have not to share with my students. I have to revolve my aspirants and students around the government news and government.
Yes.
Because this exam is conducted by Government of India. This exam revolves around government ideas, government policies, and government documents.
Yes,
My
sir.
book is based on government documents.
Absolutely,
The
absolutely.
questions come from government documents.
Government
And a
document.
student feel that this has come from Ramesh Sir book.
Hmm.
This is a confusion.
That's also good, sir. That's also true. Now, related to your book, sir.
Yes.
So, you have a courseware on Indian economics.
Yes.
So, how do you think that courseware will be useful for UPSC aspirants?
It was a new concept. Actually, my book, which I am still saying book, it was basically changed from being just a book to a courseware. The courseware, the concept is this: this is not just a kind of non-dynamic book. It is a kind of dynamic contribution which keeps changing over the time. But how it will change? Because book is published once in a year.
Yes.
It changes because you must be knowing that this book has got 40 videos prepared by me.
Yes, sir.
Now, in the upcoming new edition, it will have many more videos. And the idea is that across the year, many videos of the author, that is me, will be added in the book.
Courseware.
They might be on the current affairs, any burning issue, the geopolitics of today's time and India's economy, challenges which India faces today due to changing geopolitics, such kind of things. Okay. So we have not been able to do much in this regard by now, but the next edition will show the real flavor. Okay, this is why it is not being called just a book. It is more than a book. It is beyond a book. It is courseware.
Courseware, yes.
So with the help of QR code and with the help of app, that is McGraw Hill Edge platform, through that platform, a student will be able to connect to me. They ask their query, live webinars, live seminars. That will be, you can say, including all latest information and developments in the domain of economics and Indian economics. This is why we call this courseware. It is a kind of course in itself.
I was today thinking, I think courseware is a new word, or it's a made thing by McGraw Hill, and it's a concept is extremely important for students who will be connecting with it.
It is necessary. It is necessary for the students and readers.
Yes, sir. So now I will ask you another very to the point question for UPSC, that if a student is trying to revise economics in the last 30 to 60 days before PT, so would you advise a schedule or a plan in a way that the revision can be done in the most comprehensive manner?
Yes. You mean only economics, na?
Only economics.
All subjects.
Overall also works outside.
Yes. Understand. Actually, the last 30 days or 40 days or whatever one has targeted are very crucial. That period is not made for reading anything new. So, revision is connected to what contents you have developed yourself or what contents you have collected from the market. Once it is final, now I don't need to read anything new. Everything is at your disposal on your table, approachable to you. Now you have to plan which subject I forget fastly, which subject I forget with a time lag. So those subjects which a student forget fastly, they should go for more revisions. And those subjects which a little bit stage longer in mind, in the memory, those areas need less frequent revisions. So what students should do, according to their own situation, they should plan a revision. You can say they should have a revision plan. And when it is 30 days to PT or 40 days to PT, serious aspirants are quite aware, quite tuned, and they are in a kind of awakened situation. You have yourself cracked the civil service exam, and any state civil service and UPSC, they are not much different. Okay, level is same. Syllabus is same. Your attention is required same. Everything same. Just to say you clear Assam Public Service, somebody clear UPSC. Okay. If you try, you can clear that also. That is not a big deal. I know very well. So what happens basically? Once it is 30 to 40 days of the last, for 30 to 40 days, aspirants are normally in a quite awakened situation. So they don't have any thirst. they feel no hunger kind of that. They don't go for saving. You don't wash your hair. है ना?
Yes.
You think okay, once in a week shampoo is enough. Even
Yes, sir.
for the girls who have longer hair.
Yes, sir.
You need to manage your.
True.
So you pass time. You don't know. I
Yes,
have to be focused. Okay.
Yes.
So that time is from 8 hours to 12 hours. I know a student they contribute 14 hours on revision. So the first mantra is more you revise, better you perform. And with revision, one extra thing should be added. Revision should be not done only of the notes. Revision should be done with the help of questions also.
That's what I was about to ask you, saying mocks.
Yes. The topical PYQs and few current questions. Suppose a current news came on this topic. What sort of objective questions might be created by the setter on this or around this?
Yes.
Keep thinking and keep introspecting. It means the revision should be not helping in recalling the information, but it should be helping to recall your practice. Because you have to ultimately crack the question.
Yes.
And answer and gola bharna hai like that. Can I take liberty to speak little bit Hindi also?
Of course, sir. Of course.
One word. Are you comfortable with
Yes,
Hindi?
yes, I'm comfortable.
People from Assam are very comfortable.
They are yes, sir.
Very comfortable.
Yes,
so,
sir.
I am very familiar. Few of my students have been very successful students there. And my friend, my batchmate is there in your state, ADGP.
Okay, sir.
SN Singh, you must have heard his name.
Yes, we know, sir. We know, sir.
We are friends and relatives also.
You're wonderful.
So people from Assam, they are very comfortable with Hindi.
Yes.
And when they speak Hindi, their Hindi is a little bit kind of Bengali. Because Assamese and Bengali language, they are very similar, and even cultural similarities there.
Yes, there are similarities.
Food habits, all these things are there. So what I was saying, revision plan must include MCQ.
True.
When you are revising for main exam, the revision plan must include answer writing.
Yes.
It means practice is part of revision plan. Quicker you revise, better you will do. What I mean to say, suppose a material you revised in 7 days in first revision. After 10 days, when you go to revise the same material, if you are able to revise in 5 days, 3 days, 2 days, and 1 day, so your preparation becomes pinpointed.
Yes.
You will become a better performer on the day of examination. This is the you can say secret of revision. Revision means revision of not only information and knowledge, revision of practice also.
Yes.
Without practice, revision is useless.
Incomplete, yes.
Incomplete.
Otherwise, they'll remember, and on the day of exam, they will not be able to exactly point out what is the answer.
Yes.
And all the answers, all the options look similar in the exam.
You get confused.
Yes, sir.
So you should be revising and practicing. Both should go back to back and side by side.
Absolutely, sir. Absolutely. Sir, we are coming towards the end of the session. And I'll ask you one final question, sir. So what would your advice be for the first-time aspirants who are struggling with economy?
Yes. So the people who are, you can say, going for their first attempt, though it is already, you can say, November in.
Yes.
So at this juncture, it is not good to advise them huge textbooks. For example, I cannot take the risk to advise them to read the 11th and 12th standard NCERT, read India 2025. That time is gone. I will simply advise them, if you have not taken a coaching, so have a look on the 10 years PYQs. How questions have been asked, what has been the design of question, what has been the nature of question, and read any one good book. I have also written one.
Absolutely.
I have tried to cover.
Yes.
I have tried to cover almost everything for the PT exam or the exam.
True, sir.
Those who are having enough time, suppose they are going to take the attempt of 2027, they have luxury of time.
Yes.
So they can go for methodical preparation, creating all NCERTs, then India, minimum.
Yes.
Then advanced books, one for economy, one for polity, one for science tech, like that. Then they should be able to do justice their preparation. The people who are writing PT 2026, their countdown had already begun. because PT is not a small game. है ना?
Yes, elimination game, sir.
Elimination game. And there are multiple misconceptions in the mind of freshers. Because few toppers told something, ki I prepared for PT only 3 months. Only
Yes,
4.
yes.
Those toppers recall and they have in their memory only the attempt in which they cleared.
Yeah, yes, sir. You've been doing it since 2-3 years back.
Right.
Yes,
So
sir.
don't take this lightly because your
True.
whole preparation get wasted if you don't clear PT.
Yes, sir.
That
Absolutely.
is why we have begun a PT focused batch just yesterday. Yesterday I was busy. That is why today I will be busy taking online and offline classes. So we believe that those who are taking first attempt, they should prepare by November end. And by December, they should become serious. It doesn't mean you have to stop preparing for main.
Means.
Suppose your preparation, you are able to spare 10 hours time for preparation of civil services. The 6 hours should go to PT. From December and 4 hours on mains.
Okay, sir.
February onwards, you cut the time of mains and focus more on the PT.
Absolutely.
But those who are going to take PT 2026, if they can manage, they should read NCERTs of 11-12 fastly. Then economic survey 24-25.
Yes,
Then
sir.
budget 25-26.
Mm,
Wait for
yes.
the new survey and new budget, read them also. And
Yes.
take help of my book. Keep
Yes.
in touch with the newspaper, current news. That is enough.
Yes, sir.
That is
So,
enough.
yes, sir. Actually, what you said was also done. I cracked it in 2019, so it is quite a year back. But we did the same thing as you told. That
Naturally,
the budget, even the timeline was same, and
Yes.
it worked out for us. I think it worked out with all the other students who will stick with the plan.
You must be able to groom your student in a very better way because
Yes.
you have been yourself civil servant.
Yes.
And I have heard that your spouse is also civil servant.
Yes, yes. He was also joined recently in our academy. I started last year. He has joined recently, and we are together making it work.
So where, which post he is holding?
So
now?
we call it circle officer and executive magistrate.
Yes,
It's
circle.
called tehsildar and executive
Yes,
magistrate
yes.
outside. So we both were that. Till our last held post was that. We worked for 5 years. Then we both quit and started.
You are in a better position to groom the students of your state, not
Yes.
only for Assam Public Service Commission, but for UPSC also.
We are hoping so, sir. We are hoping, yes, sir.
Sure, keep in touch.
Thank you, sir. Sir, with this, we come to the end of the session. And it was an absolute honor to be able to talk to you because I have been reading your book, studying your book since 2016 when I started my prep. So it was an absolute honor. And I think all the students who heard us speaking today would be extremely benefited by the golden words of Ramesh Singh, sir.
I also find myself in a good position. One of my readers is in conversation with me. And in future also,
Sure, sir.
Suggest time and
Yes,
I will be happy to join you again. Okay? Thank you.
Very happy.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye, students.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.